Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Canvas Live. Canvas Live sessions are presented by Canvas community members or instructor employees, and our goal is to help Canvas users improve and enhance their teaching and learning with Canvas. Today, we are delighted to offer you a session that is part of the CanvasCon IUPUI extended sessions. This one is not only part of the extended session series, but it's an encore presentation. We have Kona Jones with us, who's going to be talking about the Canvas community, where the fun and learning begins. And with that, I'm going to turn the mic over to the illustrious and incomparable Kona Jones.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. That's quite an introduction to live up to. So thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you who have made the time to come and hear a little bit about the community and something I've talked with a couple people who've presented on the community before. And what we said is that everyone who presents on the community does it kind of their own unique way. So even if you're part of the community, I think it's still interesting to come and hear, what's my take on it versus, what someone else's take on it, just because of how they use it and the different perspectives. So hopefully you enjoy my take on the Canvas community. I definitely think it's where the fun and learning begins. Feel free to tweet about it. I'm on Twitter quite a bit, so if you have questions or anything like that that you don't want to post here, or if you want to post in Twitter, I'll be happy to follow up with that as well. But so a little bit about my story. So I started using Canvas. Our college got it back in 2012, so that means we've had it for 5 years. In fact, our 5-year anniversary was in the end of May, beginning of June, so 5 years in. And I will tell you that when we first started using Canvas, I kind of felt like this panda. I was all by myself. I was sad. I was lonely. But I was in this beautiful jungle. I mean, look at this. Look at all of the amazing things that I was surrounded by, right? But I was a lonely panda wandering by myself. I didn't really know how to use all of the different things in the jungle, And that's really how I felt about Canvas. Back when we first started, there were not a lot of schools in our area who had switched to Canvas. And we just really weren't sure what we were doing. We just kind of were jumping in and playing around. Luckily, our CSM mentioned the Canvas community and how absolutely amazing the Canvas community is. And so we thought, okay, we'll check it out. And then this is how it kind of came about. So instead of wandering alone, I will tell you, I am the panda struggling to climb up the wrong side. You can see like there's the ladder rungs. Yeah, I was the panda trying to climb up like the wrong side of the ladder. And then you've got the panda up there who's trying to lend that helping hand. And for me, that panda was Stephanie. Stephanie and some of the other amazing coaches that were in the community at the time, they were there kind of trying to give me that panda paw up. They were trying to help me out. And I was kind of scrabbling up, but it was great. And there was a lot of learning. But I'll admit, and this was in the old community, it really wasn't a lot of fun. It was just learning, and you had the guides and you had the people helping out if you had questions, but it really wasn't a huge amount of fun. Well, for any of you who maybe used the community back before they made the change in 2015, you might remember that. But if you've used it since then, for any of you, this is kind of how I feel the community is now. So right now, this is the community. We have not only some learning and we'll help each other out, but man, we have a really great time doing it. So for me, I'm now probably like whatever the silliest panda in there is. Maybe it's the one kind of with the arm out going, I'm that panda right now because I have a blast in the community. So for me, it's not only just where I can come to learn, share information, and get help, but now it's also a place where I have a great time, where I feel like I've made friends in the community, that when I have then met them face to face, it's like we're old friends. I mean, it's not like meeting someone new for the first time, even though technically we are. I feel like I already know them. And that's where the fun and learning, it really is now here in the community. So where should we get started? Well, first of all, we've got the community's main page. So for those of you who haven't been in the community, this is the main page. It's kind of got everything you could ever want. Now, I will say, if you get in here, you're going to want to dig. You're going to want to just kind of click around and see what's here. I'm going to go over some of the main parts, but in all honesty, there's so much great information, and what you find most helpful might not be what I find most helpful. And so that's where it's really good if you just kind of get in and play on your own. So I'm going to kind of give you an overview and kind of explain some things, but then I would really recommend just getting in and just start playing. So first of all, if you're not sure how to get there, I'll give you the obligatory. Here is the URL. In all honesty, the community is so prevalent, all you have to do is go into that Google search bar, type Canvas community. It's going to be the first thing you see. So no worries, don't hurry up and scribble down that URL. I promise, just Google Canvas community and you'll get there. So here on the Canvas community page, I think one of the biggest things people really, they come here for is they want to find answers. They need some help, right? So I'm going to just kind of start with find answers. So yes, you could search the community and that might help, and we will get to searching, but I really say, let's check out the find answers. So if you're saying, well, you know, I'm not sure how to do this, I would go into the find answers area and just do a quick search under find answers for whatever it is you're looking for. If you don't find a question that works, then you can post your own question and say, you know, here's my situation. I'm using the learning mastery paths and the next button's not working. What's going on? And that actually is a question that someone has just posted here not too recently. I'm paraphrasing roughly. And then we've gotten into this big, huge conversation about it. But find answers is definitely a great place to start. Within find answers, some of the featured places are the guides. The guides, if you are not using the Canvas guides, oh man, you need to go check them out. In our previous learning management system, which I will not name names, I will say that I told my faculty, do not use the guides. In fact, the guides were extremely not helpful. Canvas guides are phenomenal. Canvas guides are updated every time Canvas goes through a new release cycle. All of the guides are updated. Just recently, they went through a big, huge overhaul, and that overhaul has made them even more amazing. They now have extra information at the top that kind of gives faculty, gives instructors, students, whoever's using the guide, just a little bit of extra information before digging into the actual here's how. And that little bit of extra information, I think, has just added so much to the usefulness and just overall helpfulness of these guides. But definitely anything you need help with, whether it's for you, your faculty, students, I send people to the guides. I go to the guides. They're wonderful. Something else that's really great are Canvas resources. There's a lot of different things within the Canvas resources. I will tell you my favorite is they have example courses. So if you're new to Canvas and you're not sure maybe how to get started or what does a course really look like, I would check out Canvas resources and look at some of those example courses. But otherwise, there are some different things in there, and it just kind of, it has to do with what you're interested in as to what resource might appeal to you the most. Something else, if you're not following it, you want to follow the release notes. If you're using Canvas, you probably realize that Canvas goes through a pretty quick release cycle. You want to be on top of what's happening, and if you subscribe to the release notes, you will get that information on what's happening, what's going to be the new big thing. So like Blueprint, that's coming out. I mean, how amazing is that? And if you weren't following the release notes, you might not have any clue that Blueprint's coming out. And if you're sitting here scratching your head going, what's Blueprint? Go check out the release notes. You want to know about this. It's an amazing feature. And also there's going to be conversation. And I think that's something that's just as important as the release notes, is that we have conversations where people can ask about, you know, well, I went into beta and I tried this feature and it's not working. And the release notes, and then people can kind of have conversations about it. And it's those conversations that really help you to be prepared and to make sure you understand what's going to be happening when the new release happens. So extremely important. If you're not following it, you want to do that. So another really great idea. So let's say you've gone through the whole find answers, you realize that Canvas does not have this one feature that you think would be just the bee's knees, right? It would be the thing that would make Canvas perfect. What you can do is go to the share idea area. I would suggest searching, making sure that someone else hasn't already come up with your amazing idea. But if they haven't, you can then actually create your feature idea And this allows people to vote on it. It allows Canvas instructor employees to see what ideas we have to improve on Canvas. And you know what? There are lots of ideas that do actually get integrated into Canvas. And so it's kind of your chance to let Canvas know what you want and possibly have it make it into Canvas. So it's a great place to go. Sometimes I like going and just seeing what cool ideas people have for how they would like to change Canvas. Along with that is Canvas Live. And if you're here listening to this, you've figured out where Canvas Live is, because Canvas Live is where this actual session is going through. And Canvas Live is a great place because not only is it sessions brought to you by instructor employees, about 50% of the sessions are brought to you by just community people. So people in the community who are doing amazing and cool things, and they want to share it with just anybody and everybody. So if you're sitting there saying, you know, well, I think I do a really good job, you know, in my instructional design for my elementary class. You know, I think my students love it. I think I figured out some really great tips and tricks to designing my class. You know what? You could do a Canvas Live session and show people, this is how I design my class. This is what works with my students. And you know what? People will come and they will love it, and we will use it as resources and share it with other people. And I think that's the great thing, is that whatever we're doing, I mean, all of us Canvas users, I mean, all around the world, we can share it here. It's recorded. We can do it live. People come back and watch it. We can refer to it. And it's just building that knowledge base of all of the different things that we're doing. So it's just an absolutely amazing space. You've obviously already made it because you're listening to my session, but go check out the other sessions. And I know for me, my calendar fills up with lots of different live sessions, and I've never been to a bad one. They're all wonderful, and they're just a great resource. So moving along, join groups. Join groups is pretty great because if you've got a specific niche, maybe, so if you're an instructional designer, you're in higher ed, you're K-12, Canvas developer, who are more for the back-end programming people. Whatever your area of in Canvas, whether you're just migrating over to Canvas, whether you're a librarian. So this is not an exhaustive list of groups. This is just some of the featured groups. There's a group for just about everything. And this is a great place to find your people and see what they've already been doing. So if you're a Canvas admin, then jump on into this Canvas admin group, join, and then you can see what other Canvas admins, the questions they're asking, the problems they've faced, resources they've shared, and you can do that for all of these different groups. There's a teaching math in Canvas group. So if you teach math, if you do anything related to math, so whether it's physics, chemistry, whatever, if you use math in Canvas, there's a group dedicated to talking about how to effectively do this in Canvas. So definitely check out the join group area and join some groups that are near and dear to you. So overall, so I said I'd come back to search the community. So here we all are back in search the community. This is a great place if you're just really not sure how to get started. You can come here. And honestly, I don't think this is probably the best search. I think the search up in the right corner, but I'm going to talk to you in just a minute about that one. But what I really like about this is not just the what are you looking for, but it's the are you new here, how to get started. So if you're watching this and you've never been in the community, you've never used the community, you're still kind of scratching your head going, I'm not really sure how to get started, this is where you go. If you're new here, click that Get Started button, and it will literally then bring up a page that will guide you through all the information you need to know to get started. And what's the biggest part of getting started? Well, up here in that right-hand corner, see my profile? That's me too, by the way. Hi, everybody. But you can actually create your own profile. So you would log in, register for an account, log in, and then you can create your own profile. You don't have to have your picture. You can pick from pandas and all sorts of other things you can use for your picture if you don't want your picture, but create an account. And why should you create an account? Because then you can actually start not only having more fun, and I'll get to that fun part later, but then you can actually start bookmarking things. You can start having, like, figuring out what pieces of information, like if you want to join a group, well, you need to join and have your profile. You can also just share some general information about yourself with the community so people kind of know who you are. Along with this is the inbox. So like for me, and here's my hot tip or trick. So people sometimes wonder, like, how do you get points or how do you build points in the community? And what I do, here's my tip or trick, whatever you want to call it, is that I don't have anything sent from the community into my like school email. Instead, I have everything funneled to my Canvas inbox. And so I check everything in my Canvas inbox. So that way my school inbox isn't crazy, but also it kind of helps me stay on top of everything going on in the community, because I know if I go to my inbox, I'll see everything that's going on in the different groups I'm a part of. I'll see the different questions that have been asked. I'll get to see what's going on with release notes, basically all of the important areas that I like to pay attention to and see what's going on in the community. All of that information is funneled through my inbox. So that's my little tip or trick. As you can see, sometimes I can kind of get up in numbers with my numbers of things in my inbox, but I really find it a lot more effective to manage things through my inbox. So where do I actually recommend if you're going to search in the community? I would actually recommend this as your search function. And the reason for that is that you can then, once you go to do your search through this, you can actually then pick out, are you looking for a person? Are you looking for a specific type of content? This search actually seems to really get down nitty-gritty and allow you to do a little bit more clarifying of what type of information you're looking for. And it just seems to be a more effective search than the overall big search in the main screen. So that is just the regular homepage. I kind of went through most of the features here, but as I said before, if you're new to the community, the best thing to do is just start clicking around. Make yourself a profile and just start clicking, start saving things, bookmarking things, joining groups. The best way to learn the community is just to get in and play around in the community. That's really just the best thing to do. But so what about the people, right? Because I said, you know, community, the Canvas community. Well, in order to be a community, you really have to have people, right? So what about the people? So what I'm going to do is kind of show you some examples of how the people are what really makes the community work. So it's not just that we have a lot of learning information. It's not that we just have these guides and, you know, these tutorials. What really helps are the people. And I've got some examples. So for this one, this is kind of the quintessential. If you use Turnitin, you haven't seen this page, go check it out. Dallas is amazing. Dallas is actually just an instructor doing his philosophy gig, you know, down south. And he said, you know what? I'm pretty good at Turnitin, and I'm going to provide these resources for the community. So Dallas doesn't work for InStructure. Dallas doesn't work for Canvas. He's just an instructor, just like many of you. But he's got a lot of information about Turnitin. He created this document. And as you can see, I mean, look at the number of views. I mean, that's phenomenal. 41,000 views. I mean, that's just crazy. 517 comments, marked helpful 490 times, 79 likes, 85 people have bookmarked it. And the really cool thing is that it has been commented on by both InStructure and Turnitin employees. So Turnitin employees have actually not only recommended for their customers to come here and look at this blog, but they've actually created their own profile, came into the community, and a couple of times have actually responded to this. So this is just an amazing resource. It's also a great example of how the community shares information and collaborates just to help each other. Another one is the Kanban Smiths by James Jones. These are an excellent example of how the community creates and shares content. So these are all things that are completely free. Anyone can use, and they do things that right now Canvas might not be doing, but that a lot of people would like. So sorting dashboard course cards, adjust all assignments due dates on one page, importing rubrics from a spreadsheet, QuizWiz, SpeedGrader enhancements. For me, that one is probably one of my favorites, just because every time I grade, because I use a lot of rubrics, and this, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, this is so wonderful, because what it does is that when I'm in grading and I've got my rubric up, so I'll be looking at my discussion, right? And so I'll look at the discussion, click, click, click through my rubric. I click one button and it automatically auto advances to the next student. So it saves the grade, saves the rubric, auto advances to the next student, opens up the rubric, and all I had to do was click one button. So instead of like the 3 or 4 clicks to, you know, save the rubric, you know, click here, click there, I click one button and it automatically saves, opens up the next student, and opens the rubric. So just that quiz whiz speed grader enhancements, that alone has saved me a tremendous amount of time. The adjust all assignment due dates, another one. Instead of going into every single assignment to adjust the due dates, I can do it all from one page, as well as mute assignments, publish assignments. It's just, these are amazing things. They're called Kanban Smiths, and if you haven't seen them, definitely go check them out. Just do a search for Kanban Smith, and there you go. Another kind of quintessential Laura Gibbs. If you haven't been in the community or you haven't seen her on Twitter, Laura is amazingly prolific. She has come and kind of taken the community over by storm and sharing amazing, amazing resources. In fact, she just went on kind of a bender here of posting a lot of new resources that aren't actually documented on this page at all. But she talks about adding YouTube playlists using Padlet, growth mindset, Flickr albums, Twitter, jQuery, Pinterest. Literally, Laura is amazing. She shares everything she does. And once again, she's just an adjunct instructor who likes sharing and loves teaching and pedagogy and just wants to share everything she's doing and how far that she's come in her journey with everyone else. And I would definitely suggest, if you don't know her, check her out in the community, follow her, and check out all of the amazing resources she shares and comes up with for her course and makes available freely for anyone else to use as well. So here's an example of kind of how the community comes together and really works to come up with solutions. So once again, we're talking about people, where here's a person who posted in Twitter. So this whole situation started in Twitter, and this person posted in Twitter and really was not very happy with Canvas. She really wasn't, and that's okay. I got into kind of a conversation with her in Twitter, and it turned into a really great conversation that I felt would be perfect for the community. So I actually recommended that she take it to the community, and she did. And by moving that into the community, she ended up with 63 comments on this post. She was marked helpful 58 times, had 1,600 views, and lots of potential solutions. So an example, and so this is someone who started out really unhappy, but she's like, just to be clear, no one on this forum has made that comment about poor pedagogy, and I'm amazed by the number of people stepping in to try to offer assistance here. So and I love that, because she really was surprised that how many people really wanted to jump in. This bottom comment, which is actually a separate one, and it was just kind of, I pulled it out of another part of a conversation, but it's still by Vanessa, was that, thank you for the engaging discourse here. I'm going to step away since my campus is now working on a solution for everyone, and I need to get back to working. But the big thing here is she's saying, I'll be sure to pop back in and share what our eventual campus solution is. So we've now pulled her into the community, engaged her, and she's going to come back and share her solution. And she also is saying thank you to all who have offered suggestions or have shared what they are dealing with the same issues. Cheers. So we took someone who was really not happy and not feeling the love, and I think she's now felt that Canvas community love. And not only that, but she's gathered information that everyone else has posted, is going to take that to her school will work through it, but then she'll come back and she'll share. So once again, it's this cycle of people sharing and helping, and it just kind of continuing around. Words of encouragement for reluctant users. I liked this one because it's an example of the community really collaborates and shares best practices. So for in this one, Nancy was having this problem. She really wasn't sure. You know, she said, these are good people who have the heart for students, but how do you encourage them to switch to this new system and not be wary? And she got some absolutely amazing words of encouragement. People were really quick to try to help. Here's an example of people were kind of piggybacking off each other. So in this one, Stephen was like, just to piggyback off of Jay's reply, here's my takeaways. But she was generating huge numbers of people offering suggestions, comments, feedback. And this last one, the very bottom one, so it says, hello, all who have contributed. This was one of her last posts. And I love this because she says, I just wanted to let you know what you shared was very helpful, and I felt better prepared for having this discussion. We have 2-day sessions throughout the summer. I'll be checking out the community from time to time because this is a generous and knowledgeable group. And I just love that we were able to share, you know, our resources, our information, just our knowledge with her to help her have a better experience and help her faculty have a better experience with Canvas. And I think that's what a lot of this is about. Content quizzes and pages disappearing. Now, I will say this is a brand new one. This was just posted pretty recently. And this is a one where example of how the community helps people, makes it a personal experience. So Brad was having this problem. He said, any ideas, oh gurus of Canvas? Well, first of all, we kind of had provided some support. And so after we provided some possible suggestions, he says, first off, I like you people, let's be friends. So, you know, that's the kind of spirit we have here in the community. Let's be friends. Then he has, thanks for holding my hand here, everyone. So he's being really appreciative, like he likes it. And then you've got Yadira coming back, Brad, hi, I like you too, now following you. So, I mean, think about this kind of supportive environment where people, you know, here we are in online, but we want to be friends. You know, hey, I like you. Then I kind of come back, yes, we should definitely be friends. I followed you yesterday. Then Brad comes back, yes, we're just now getting, which he's just now getting Canvas. I'm a new employee too. Lots of newness here, too much, obviously. But this is the part that I really love, although it has led me to hanging out virtually with you cool folks. And how nice is that? Like, he thinks we're cool. He likes us, you know? And that's the people part. That's that community spirit that you don't just have in a guide, or you don't just have anywhere where people might just be like, here's the answer. But this is community. This is where we're having fun and we're being friends. Here's another one, literally, that just took place 2 days ago. And the reason I liked this one, because this is the example of how the community goes above and beyond. And I don't think some people realize just how above and beyond different community members go. And this one, like I said, it just took place, and so that's why I'm posting it. So in this one, the person needed to try to remove an option from the TA profile. And so Daniel came in and said, yes, here's how to do it. Well, Kevin came back with, I don't know how to do that. So Daniel came back with, well, here's a guide. And then Kevin came back with, I really am not sure. You know, he's like, our material is susceptible to quick and easy copyright, so I have to do this. But is there a cheat sheet? Is there some kind of lingo for Canvas and Java? Are there Canvas resources? So he knows that he needs to get this done, and he appreciates the resources, but you know, he's not sure how he's going to actually accomplish this. And so James Jones stepped in, and you can only see, this is like maybe a fifth, maybe a tenth of the content James wrote. I'm probably closer to a fifth of the hiding content from certain roles. And so basically James took that question and wrote a huge blog post detailing all of this information for Kevin to help him. And so Kevin then comes back after going through this whole blog post and says, well, my head hurts a little bit, but this was an amazing blog post. I feel like Hacker Man now. So Kevin is like, he's ready to take it on. He feels like he can do the job. But that hiding, I mean, that was an entire huge blog post. Like I said, that's huge and prolific, just to help someone that he didn't know and that doesn't even help himself. James Jones did that. And, you know, we have community members who are able to take advantage of people helping, not because they're gaining anything for themselves, but just because they want to help, just because they do have the skills or they do know how to do it and they want to help other people. And that's the beauty of the community. But I promised you fun, right? I said there's fun. So where is all the fun, right? You're sitting here like shaking your head at me going, yeah, you said fun. Where's the fun? Come on, where's the fun at? So where's the fun? The fun is in the gamification. All of this that I'm talking about with the community, all of the different areas, the helping people, it's all wrapped up into the gamification aspect of the community. So the learning, user engagement, challenge, reward, achievement, goals, skills, productivity, it's all wrapped up into the program Jive, which is what the community is based on. And what do? We get badges. Oh yeah. So I will tell you, I am really not someone who normally is a big gamer necessarily. And I really never even thought I was, okay, maybe I am, but I never thought I would be the person who'd really go for this thing. And I really have just taken to it like a duck to water. I love moving up in the badges. And the fact that they've now equated the different things that you do in the community with the badges. So, I mean, the helper badge, to get the helper badge, you have to do various things that help out in the community. So basically, by doing behaviors that help the community grow and, you know, be better, you're actually growing up in your helper badge or your socialized badge, which is making connections, your grouping, your leadership, correct answers. So for just getting correct answers and helping people, you can earn badges, sharing content. So here, and I will admit though, there are 2 badges I do not have, one of which is polling. We just don't have enough polls. So if anyone wants to create a poll and like tag me so I can take your poll, I would love it, because I have yet to earn the poll badge. And then there's another one, and I can't remember what it is, but the poll one's really bugging me. So, but there are more badges. These are just the ones that I pulled up for this. You also, as part of earning the badges, you earn points. Now, I will say this goes all the way up, way past Advocate 4. I just put Advocate 4 up there because, well, not only did it fit on the screen, but no one has made it past 60,000 points yet, so it kind of seemed not quite as relevant to move, you know, to do the past 60,000 points. But literally, as you help people, you earn points. So I will say right now, if you're listening to this session and you comment on it in the Canvas Live community where they've got my post, if you kind of reply, I will not only give you a badge for replying and attending my session, but I will give you a few points and help you move up in your level in the community. So give me a shout out and I'll give you some points. You can also earn individual quest badges, which are really cool. These are, I don't have obviously every badge, but I do have some. So here's some cool badges you can earn. They do also have various quests that are going on throughout the month. I think there's a new group one that's out that I haven't actually gotten quite yet. But there's lots of different badges you can earn. You can earn badges to going to different local conferences. You can earn a badge for going to InstructureCon. So these are specialty badges that you normally have to do special things, and they're normally time sensitive in order for you to earn them. The other really, really great part, and I think this is something else that helps really build community, is that you can give other people badges in the community. So it's not just the system that awards you a badge for doing something. If someone has done something really awesome for you in the community, you can give them a thank you badge, and you can even choose to give them points. You can give them, you know, a thank you. You can give them a congratulations badge. You can give them, you know, thumbs up, good work badge, a welcome to the community badge. But you as a community member, once you sign up, if you haven't already, can actually give people badges and even points if you'd like. And I really love that, because so often I've seen people who have done simply amazing work, and it's a really cool way to be able to give them, you know, that thumbs up or that gold star for, you're awesome, keep up the great work. Like, I really appreciate what you're doing in the community. And it's so nice that you can do that with each other. So this is probably one of my favorite parts of the gamification, is just how we can kind of do this within each other. So beyond what Instructure has set up, but beyond, you know, just clicking on things and marking helpful, you can actually give someone a helpful badge. You can actually give someone a badge saying thank you. And I love that. So how else do we have fun though? It's not just, okay, it is just fun and games, right? Because here's one we just had at the end of the month, and it was our community party. So it's time to party. It was a great time. We got together in something kind of similar to this, where we could all chat and go back and forth. Actually, we did it in Blue Jeans. We didn't do it in Google. We did it in Blue Jean, but it was a great chance because they brought in guest speakers. We had community Panda who came and shared some secrets about InstructureCon with us, but we had party games. But the thing that I like the most, and if you love memes, you need to be in the community, because as you can see, the community loves memes and we memify everything. So Kenneth Rogers, who for me is one of my personal favorites when it comes to doing memes, an invitation to the party for me. I mean, and just, I love the play on the memes. Be excellent to each other, party on, Joe College, I can't wait for Friday. Just so many funny memes. We get memes also, here's another, we also had the Canvas trivia. So you like games, you like having fun, you like trying to test your Canvas knowledge. We've got Canvas trivia. So things coach get asked all the time. Well, this was just 1 week. We had the different weeks were different topics and different people did these. But this one was the things coaches get asked all the time. Well, the coaches might have threw a couple little tricks in here and there, right? And so we ended up with some of these memes. So, you know, it's such a fine line between stupid and clever. And Ryan Chorus, yeah, like what just happened? I had a few lucky guesses and then I don't want to talk about it. And then the part I love is you can see Community Panda. So this is based off of Community Panda reveals the results. So who got, you know, the top score? Well, Community Panda hadn't revealed the results yet. And people were saying, come on, Panda, I want the results. And so Panda came back with, just wait, you know, just wait. And then I just stare at my desk, but it looks like I'm working. And that's what I love. So here's, you know, the Instructure employees who are manning Community Panda, and that they have fun too. You know, they're not your humdrum, you know, boring, oh, we're getting to it, or no response. I mean, that the Instructure employees and community managers themselves have fun in the community. And that's the part that's even better, is that it's not just the community members having fun, the Instructure employees can come in and have fun with us as well. So to sum it up, here I was, the lonely panda wandering alone, you know, through the forest by myself. And if you're this wandering, lonely panda all by yourself, you don't need to be. There is no reason, given everything that we have to offer as the Instructure community, as the Canvas community, you do not need to be a wandering panda all by yourself. Instead, you have got all of these people. These are just a few of the people. I just literally just went and grabbed people who are in the community, surrounding the community, and who are here to help you. So here's all of these different people. They're here, they want to help, let them help you. So you're not that wandering panda. You can come in, you can learn, you can have fun, and participate in this community where we're just here to make it a better place and a better experience for ourselves, our students, our instructors. It's just a great place. Also, if you happen to be watching my session and you notice that I might have used your picture as one of my awesome community people, you know, that's helping out support, hey, just message me or comment on this that you're, and I will give you some points and a badge for being awesome. So just another, you know, hey, if you're watching and you're on here, you know, go ahead, hit me up. All right, any questions from anyone?
Kona, thank
Yes.
you so much. I think this was absolutely extraordinary. I am so delighted to hear you talk about the community. It kind of gives me this warm, fuzzy feeling, because what you're talking about is hanging out with the people we love, right? We have so much fun in the community, and you've just captured it all. I really appreciate that. So far, we don't have any questions in the chat. Iva Lovell has thanked you. She says, thanks, great overview. And I'm going to wait for just a minute more to see if anyone else who's currently watching has any questions that they would like to post in the chat. And Kona and I will be here, and Kona will take your questions. Of course, if you think of something later, or of course, if you're watching the recording, you can also post your questions in the event page. And at Mention Kona, don't forget, she made that offer. She's going to give you a badge, so make sure you mention her so you can get your badge and some points.
Oh yeah. Hey, and I have a couple to give out too here or there. So
oh yeah,
hit me up.
Absolutely, hit Kona up. The points are there. The badges are there. Kona has the understatement of the century. She has a couple to give to you. So
just
she's going to be, yeah, just a couple. She'll be able to do that. So I'm not seeing any questions being posted in the live chat. So we're going to wrap up the session with that. And I want to once again thank Kona Jones so much for doing this encore presentation from CanvasCon IUPUI. I want to remind everyone that you too can get involved in Canvas Live. Follow live.canvaslms.com, where you can be notified of upcoming events and just browse around and see what's going on. You can join the Canvas Live user group to collaborate on presentations with other users. And last, hang out in our Canvas chat rooms, connect in real time with other Canvas users. So since we have no more questions, I want to extend another great big thank you to Kona Jones and wish everyone a great day. Thank you all for attending. Bye.